Assigning meetings that never get to implementation. So today, I want to leave with a one-page plan, sample language I can actually say to students in a check-in day. If we manage our time, we can balance that with pragmatism and avoid letting this become just another conversation.
Perfect.
So that will be good.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, parece que no estaba grabando ahora sí.
Sure.
Sí. Yes. So, that's fine. We go to slide number 4. So, norms of collaboration and cooperation. Let's ground our work in 3 norms. First, speak from evidence. Student work, observations notes, or assessment checks. Second, assume positive intent and keep curiosity high. Third, protect student dignity by anonymizing or make anonymous examples and focusing on patterns, not people. I will pause for clarifying questions and capture agreements in real time. So we have a usable record. So we have a usable record. If we drift, I will redirect us back to the goal and time of science topics.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you agree on that?
Well, I'll add one norm to the classroom, or from the classroom, I say, is to make ideas testable. When we suggest a strategy, let's also specify the materials, the exact teacher language, and where in the lesson it fits. That level of detail keeps me from guessing later. I'll be concise and practical, and if something isn't clear, I'll ask for a quick model or example, so we leave with shared understanding and confidence to try.
Exactly, pretty good. I agree with that. Perfect. Okay, agenda of meeting. So the agenda at a glance, first will be the data snapshot. Who are our ELL or EB students and how they are performing. Challenge analysis, language. Yes, language. Language, reading, writing, and talk. Strategies, visuals, organizers, stems, sentence stems, and structured discourse. Commitments, who does what, by when, closure, how we'll know it worked or not, and when we need to reconvene. I will keep us moving and summarize transitions so we track decisions as they come up or emerge. What do you think about it?
Well, the agenda ensures that we move from problem finding to problem solving, so that's good. I'll listen for the how behind each idea, so like specific problems, timing, and supports that make it feasible in a busy period.
Yes.
I'll also watch for alignment across strategies, so students encounter a coherent experience, not a dozen disconnected tricks.
Exactly.
So living with 2 strong routines we both use will help us compare results later.
Exactly. Very good.
Okay.
We go with this. The 6th one, ELL or EB population data. So we can have here, our campus serves a sizable multilingual population spread across grades. It's kind of like a large one, pretty much. Recent enrollment shows growth at 9th and 10th grade with a range of TELPAS proficiency levels. This means entry points must vary. Newcomers require heavy modeling and vocabulary supports, while advanced students need more precision and more stretch opportunities. The picture suggests that universal design matters. When we make language explicit, we help everyone and everybody without slowing down the rigor. What do you think about it? What do you think about that?
Well, in my sections, the EB students are not a small subset. They shape classroom culture. I notice differences by proficiency. Some students track ideas well, but struggle to express them in writing or even in speaking. So others hesitate to speak even when they understand, and that happens in every class.
I totally agree, yes.
Knowing the proportions by period helps me plan grouping and pacing. So I like today's strategies to flex so I can adjust support without creating separate lessons for each student.
That's totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you think? That's right. Okay. Now, here comes the topic. It says challenges with academic language. So, academic language or academic language is more than vocabulary list. Do you agree on that? It includes syntax, discourse, moves, and the precision needed to explain reasoning. In math, or in Spanish and English, phrases like compare, rate of change, or justify carry demands beyond definitions. We will target routines that make this language visible, practice-side, and reusable, or make practice and reusable. If students can see, hear, and rehearse the language before performance, accuracy and confidence rise without diluting cognitive demand. What do you think about that?
True. I see this daily. Students often grasp the concept, but they can't produce a language to show mastery.
Yes, I agree with you.
So whether it's again speaking or in writing. So when I front load a few key terms and give them a quick rehearsal, like core response or per practice, the quality of explanations improve. So with the practice, I need consistent ways to preview terms, model sentences, and then fade support, so students internalize the structures rather than relying on me every time.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that, yes.
That'll be good.
Now, on performance, now the next topic we need to talk about in our PLC. Performance on assessments. How good they're going, how they're doing, others develop or growth, right? So assessment data shows gaps that correlate with language demands. Items heavily on text or requiring explanation tend to depress or to decrease the score, right? Do you agree on that?
Yes.
That doesn't mean lower rigor. It means we must build endurance and strategies for navigating language. We'll connect our moves to formative checks that predict outcomes, so we can course correct quickly rather than waiting for unit or state results to tell us what we already suspect. What do you think about it?
Well, when I analyze student work, missed points often live in the instructions, not in concept.
Yes.
So if I teach students to annotate verbs in prompts like explain, justify, compare, and to plan a short response with frames and accuracy climbs, then that helps.
Exactly.
Like maybe with that simple routine I can run twice a week that mirrors assessment demands. That way test days feel familiar rather than like a different kind of class.
Totally agree with you. Yes, consider the same thing. The second we need to do is classroom participation, right? So for me, classroom participation is a leading indicator. If EV or ELL students rarely speak, they practice less. Do you agree?
Yes.
And remain visible in checks for understanding CFUs. So we will design talk structures that reduce risk and distribute airtime. Think per chair, remember, roles in groups like Kagan, stuff like that. And sentence frames that make academic talk accessible. The aim is predictable routines so students know how to enter and the teacher can monitor who speaks and how quality growth or evolves. What do you think about that?
Well, I track who talks using a quick seating chart.
That helps a lot, yes.
And then patterns emerge fast. A few voices dominate unless I intervene. So when I assign roles like explainer and questioner and rotate them, I hear more students. I also see gains when I give 20 or 30 seconds of quiet think time before pairing.
Yes.
So those small adjustments change the texture of discussion without adding much time to the lesson.
Exactly, pretty good, yes. Totally agree with you, totally. Yes. We're on the same boat on everything, yes sir. So now, let's try to consider the importance of equity. It's pretty important, the equity always. Equity, remember, means to, on this case, removing unnecessary language barriers while maintaining high expectations and rigor. Normalizing accommodations, offering multiple ways to demonstrate or to show understanding, And designing for clarity, our leadership moves as much as teaching moves. Sorry. Today's strategies aim or are designed to make learning visible and fair. So ELL or ED students are graded on speed of English acquisition, but on mastery of content supported by intentional scaffolds. What do you think about that?
True. I mean, when equity is real, students feel safe attempting complex tasks. I try to signal that mistakes are part of learning, that we value growth in both content and language. If I consistently model, provide a frame, and then celebrate improvement, students take more risks.
Exactly.
So I want to lead with two routines that help me
To operate.
that believe every single day and not just in special lessons.
Totally with you. That's pretty good, yes, sir. Okay, now let's go with another thing we need to talk about it. That is, we got a challenge or like issue, the academic. I would say I call it a challenge actually, rather than issue. Challenge academic vocabulary. So let's start with vocabulary with a predictable 5-minute routine. Preview 2 or 3 high-value terms, connect to visuals or gestures, and practice in a micro prompt. We will reinforce across the week by revisiting words in different contexts. I will propose a simple tracker. So we see exposure frequency and can spiral intentionally rather than hoping repetition happens by accident. What do you think about that? Lori?
I mean, in practice, I can introduce a quick word spotlight at the start of the class. Students see the term, and then a student-friendly definition and one teacher model. Then pairs produce a sentence using a frame. Later, I'll prompt them to use the term in exit tickets. So that loop from preview to use to reuse helps words stick and shows me that who is ready to move beyond the frames.
Yes.
So yeah.
Totally agree on that. When I say a predictable 5-minute routine, review 2, 3 high-value terms like a warm-up, that would be fine, of course. Perfect. Totally agree. Okay, now let's go. What it says another challenge it may arise from everything. Reading comprehension, pretty important here. Okay. Challenge, we have reading comprehension. For reading, we will layer rereading clues, chunked passages, and purpose questions. Marking transition words, headings, and diagrams gives students orientation before decoding every sentence. During reading, we will pause for quick paraphrases to ensure meaning keeps pace with text. The goal or the objective is to make comprehension an active process. Students can name and repeat across subjects, right? Like a vertical or like horizontal. Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
Well,
Tell me.
If I can implement a scan and set routine to try, maybe preview visuals in bold terms, state a purpose question, and then read the first chunk and check meaning with a partner paraphrase. So that might be helpful.
Okay, yes.
I'll model once and then have students try it. So I show it and then they do it. Over time, I'll reduce prompts so students take ownership. This fits warm-ups or guided practice and doesn't require rewriting material, so that's just a clear sequence.
Totally agree. That's perfect, actually.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Okay. So another challenge that we may find or may arise. Another challenge that is writing skills. Writing, how important it is. Is it correct? Yes, it's it. Challenge writing skills. How important is writing as well. So writing improves when we make structure explicit, right? We will use sentence to paragraph, frames, claim, evidence, reasoning, modeling one exemplar, and writing down or jotting down its parts demystifies expectations. Then we will scaffold drafting with checklists and quickly conference to target one improvement per student. Accuracy grows when supports faith strategically as fluency appears. What do you think about that?
True. I mean, students freeze when prompts feel open-ended. if I post a simple outline, like a topic sentence, evidence with a citation or reference, and a reasoning line, they get worried.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll also provide a few transitions options so their ideas connect. I can plan a weekly short write that mirrors assessment demands. With practice, maybe students rely less on frames and more on their own voice.
Totally agree on that. Okay. Yes. Let me see if this is recording yet. It should be recording. Yes. It's on 15. Perfect. Okay. So, another challenge we may find, classroom participation. That's a pretty one, you know. Sometimes they feel like shy away or like timid or whatever. So we will engineer participation by scripting talk moves and expectations. Turn and talk using this frame. Another thing we may put them, listen up for your partner example. Be ready to add one detail. I will also model a brief response so the bar is clear. The expectations are gonna be clear, pretty clear for them. The trial intent is to shift from volunteer only to structured inclusion, where every student has a role and a route into the conversation. What do you think?
Yes, I mean, when I give precise talk prompts and a time limit, the room changes. Quiet students actually speak, and confident students practice academic language instead of casual phrases. So I like a quick call with kindness, like a warning and a frame, so more students prepare to share publicly.
Yes.
For a few weeks, the class expects to talk ideas and not just listen to them.
I totally agree with that.
So,
Remember, if they don't participate, they don't learn, right? Totally.
yeah.
Okay. Now another challenge we're gonna find, testing and TELPAS exam. So, in my opinion, accommodations only will help when students practice using them, right? We will plan a brief, low-stakes reps or repetitions with dictionaries. We need them, glossaries, text-to-speech, and oral administration, so tools feel normal. We'll also teach students to preview questions types and plan responses with frames. This is not about gaming tests. It is about removing language friction so content knowledge can surface. What do you think about it? What do you consider about it?
I'm seeing students refuse support because they feel singled out. So if I normalize tools for everyone during practice, stigma drops.
Yes.
I can schedule a weekly assessment warm-up where we rehearse the process, so like read the prompt, single-line verbs, plan the response, and use permitted supports. Repetition builds confidence, so accommodations are used purposely when it counts.
Perfect. Totally agree.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Another challenge we may find, differentiation, believe it or not. Differentiation is going to be another challenge that it may arise. So differentiation becomes sustainable when we use tiered task with the same core objective of our goal. We will design a base problem with 2 optional extensions and 1 scaffolded version. Students start where they can be successful and move up as confidence grows. I will share a simple template so planning time stays reasonable and grading remains aligned to targets, no effort alone. Okay? So there's gonna be like a rubric that is gonna be everything lined up, okay? Yes, sir.
All right, so I like the idea of 1 task, so multiple access points is good. In practice, I'll prepare a core prompt, an entry version with a word example, and an extension that adds a why question. I'll coach students to choose a starting point, and then I'll nudge them upward. This respects different proficiency levels without tracking or separate worksheets for every student, so that's good.
That's pretty good. I totally agree on that. Yes, we need to consider that, sir. Another challenge we may find that's pretty important, and it's something that's around, and that is family engagement. How family is involved on everything they do, right?
Yeah.
So families are the powerful partners when communication is accessible. We can allow to have communication that is handed to them. We will create a short translated messages that preview upcoming units and suggest one way to help at home, like discussing key terms in the home language, right? So we can also schedule brief check. We can also schedule brief check-ins using interpreters, right? Or translation tools, so families feel welcomed and informed about the progress, right? What do you think about it?
When families know what we're teaching and why, students arrive more prepared.
Correct.
So
Totally agree.
I can send a 2-sentence weekly update with a picture of a sample problem and the big idea. I'll invite families to respond in the preferred language. I can translate replies and adjust instruction accordingly. That way, there's a two-way loop that builds in trust and keeps expectations clear.
Exactly. Pretty good.
Okay.
A strategy, another strategy we can get, visual supports. What do you think about visual supports? So in my opinion, visual supports anchor meeting. So we will commit to consistent anchor charts, or pretty important, terms, diagrams, and work examples students can reference. I will model how to point, speak, and gestures, so visuals are used, not only wallpaper. Dual coding, word plus images. Word plus images reduces cognitive load and gives EV or ELL students a stable reference during independent work. What do you think?
Yep. I'll reflect my classroom visuals so key ideas are visible from every seat. During explanations, I'll physically reference the chart and then have students do the same while answering. I'll also add small icons to handouts that match the charts, reinforcing the link. So over time, students should start using the visual language without me prompting.
Totally agree with you. We need to reconsider that as excellent, actually. Okay. We go to 19, it says strategy. Another strategy we may implement, graphic organizers. So organizers structure thinking, right? We will use them. We will use compare contrasts for concepts that are easily confused. Cause effect for processes and claim evidence. Reasoning for arguments. I will show how to introduce the organizer model, one example, and then let students complete another with partners. The organizer becomes a bridge to independent writing or problem solving. What do you think about it?
When I have students a blank organizer, some just stare at it.
Yes.
So if I pre-fill one line and think aloud how to complete the next, they start to move.
Yes, sir.
So I'll collect a few completed samples to project later as models. With repetition, hopefully students internalize the pattern and they can sketch organizers quickly in notebooks without printed templates.
Exactly. Totally agree with you. Yes, totally, that's good. Okay, now let's go to slide number 20, strategy, another strategy, sentence stems. So sentence stems give beginners a safe way to speak, or a safe way to talk while still aiming at academic precision, right? So, it's 23 minutes, that's fine. So academic precision. So we will prepare 2 stems per task. One for stating ideas, one for connecting stems per task. One for stating ideas, one for connecting them. I will demonstrate how to prompt, then fade stems by covering part of the line or offering choices. The aim is independence without removing support to some. Remember, it's always important to give students choices. It's pretty important. So what do you think about all of this I'm telling you?
Good. I'll post a small set of stamps near the board and on student desks. So like different ones that say like I noticed, or because, or compared to, this shows, the evidence suggests. So that way I'll expect students to use a stem at least once during pair talk and once during writing. So as confidence grows, I'll encourage them to vary language while maintaining the structure.
Exactly. Now, We're going to 21? Yes. 21 strategy, another strategy we may use, linguistic scaffolds. So beyond stems, linguistic scaffolds include morpheme study, pronunciation practice, and subject-specific glossaries. Teaching prefixes and suffixes help students to decode unfamiliar terms. Quick echo reading supports fluency. We will plan small doses, 2 minutes here, 90 seconds there, so language work lives inside content, not apart from it. They're gonna be very embedded on the language. So what is not apart or not like far away from it? What do you think about it?
Well, I can add the morpheme moment during the warm-ups. Highlight a prefix like trans and find it in today's vocabulary. So we'll practice saying new terms correctly so students feel comfortable using them out loud. I'll keep a living glossary on the wall and in our digital classrooms so terms are easy to find during the work time.
Okay.
And use.
Totally agree on that. That's perfect. Yes, sir. So let's go to slide number 22, strategy, peer collaboration or cooperation. So collaboration and cooperation works out when roles are clear and tasks require interdependence, right? We will use pairs with rotating roles like explainer, questioner, and short product. A solved example, a mini summary, or a label diagram. I will model how partners listen, prompt, and give feedback so the task supports learning rather than drifting off the task. What do you think about it? So,
Yep, I agree. I mean, for me, I'll launch a partner check routine. After a brief each pair solve one item, then I swap explanations.
yes, sir.
And sign the work only when both can explain. I'll rotate roles so everyone practices questioning and explaining. And I think this structure gives ELLs or EVs, repeated low-risk practice using the academic language with immediate support from a peer.
Totally agree. Yes, sir. Let's try to slide number 23, strategy. Another good strategy, we need to apply technology tools. Technology tools. Remember, technology can lower barriers when used with intention. Caption videos, like closed caption, support listening. Translation tools help clarify terms. Voice typing captures ideas quickly. We will set guardrails. First attempt in English, then check. Meaning with tools, so technology supplements rather than replaces practice. Privacy and fair part remain non-negotiable. Remember, it's pretty important to be on federal law compliance. Go ahead.
I'll pilot a short vocabulary station using a reputable translator and picture dictionary. And students first write their best English definition, then use the tool to refine meaning and pronunciation.
Okay.
Finally, when they create a sentence that uses the term in context, I will say that the job is done.
Okay.
That sequence keeps thinking at the center while still leveraging the tool's strengths. So,
Perfect. Totally agree with that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Strategy 24, slide 24, strategy. Wickard or Wyckoff strategy. How do you say Wickard?
Weaker?
Wyckoff strategies, yes. So Wyckoff or Wickard strategies aligns or line up perfectly with language development. Writing to learn clarifies thinking, inquiry frames, questions, collaboration and cooperations, distributed stock, organization externalizes planning, reading with purpose builds stamina. We will embed our one Wickard or Wyckoff element per lesson so students repeatedly practice the habits that expand academic language naturally. What do you think about that, Mr. Canals?
So I'll start with Cornell notes plus a 2-minute written summary at the end of the period. The structure forces students to sort ideas and put them into words. So I'll then prompt pair talk using questions from the notes section and see what happens. I mean, over a few weeks, I expect clear explanations and a stronger link between reading, speaking, and writing.
That's perfect, yes, sir.
Hopefully it works.
Yes. Let's go with the slide number 25, strategy Another strategy we may implement, guided reading. So guided reading in content areas means short tests, small groups, and a clear purpose. That's pretty important. I will demonstrate how to set the purpose, listen for miscue patterns, and prompt decoding or vocabulary in the moment. The goal is target support that gradually releases responsibility as students show accurate, fluent reading tied to content goals or objectives. What do you think about that?
Let's see, so I can pull a small group during practice
Mm-hmm.
and read a key paragraph aloud once,
Mhm.
then maybe have the students whisper read
Uh-huh.
while I listen.
Uh-huh.
I'll stop to clarify a term, ask one question that checks meaning.
Mm-hmm.
After 2 paragraphs, we'll rejoin the class. Those 5 minutes often unlock the rest of the task for students who were stuck. So I'll try that.
Yes, that's pretty good. Yes, sir. We're on 25th, right? Slide 25?
Yes.
Okay. That's perfect. Yes, sir. Click on that. Let's go to number 26 slide, strategy, structure, writing. It's pretty important. So we will convert complex prompts into manageable steps. Analyze the verb, plan into sentence, outline, draft, and check against a brief rubric. Remember we were talking about rubric? I will model a tight example so expectations are clear and transparent. That's pretty important for them. Over the time, we will fade the outline as students internalize structure and learn to vary language while preserving clarity and logic. What do you think about it?
Yep. I'll do something like this, and I'll
Mhm.
post a micro rubric with 3 targets:
Mm-hmm.
clear claim, relevant evidence, and reasoning that ties them.
Exactly.
So students mark which target they met and which needs work.
Uh-huh.
I'll conference quickly during practice to nudge one improvement. This routine fits exit tickets or short rides and builds stamina for longer tasks later.
Exactly, pretty good, yes, sir. Another strategy we may apply or implement, oral participation. It's pretty important.
Yep.
To grow oral participation language or oral language, we will schedule short bursts of structured talk. Think time per rehearsal, then a brief share with a frame. I will show or demonstrate an acceptable answer and a stronger one so students hear or they may listen up the difference. Consistent practice normalizes academic talk and give me frequent evidence to adjust instruction immediately.
Yeah.
What do you think or consider about that, sir?
Yep. I'll keep a visible timer for talk segments and
Mhm.
circulate a flipboard,
Mhm.
noting who speaks and what language features appear.
Uh-huh.
I'll shout out strong academic phrasing to
Mhm.
reinforce it, and when students know talk time is coming and that I'm listening for a specific language, hopefully participation widens and quality improves.
That's perfect, yes, sir. Totally agree with that. We go to slide 28 strategy. Another strategy we may implement assessment accommodations. So we will integrate accommodation practice into regular lessons so students use supports confidently on a test day. Quick stations can rehearse bilingual dictionaries, oral administration, or small group norms. We also script how to request help appropriately or suitable. This message is consistent. It's consistent. Supports are tools for access, not shortcuts.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Right. And I'll design a weekly assessment rehearsal that
Uh-huh.
mirrors the test conditions for 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So independent read, replying with a frame, optional tool use, and a short response altogether.
Uh-huh.
We'll debrief what helped and what didn't. Over
Exactly.
time, students learn to choose supports strategically instead of just avoiding them and relying on them everything.
That's perfect, yes, sir. Totally agree on that.
We'll choose.
Let's go to slide 29, action step, selecting strategies. So let's pick 2 strategies to implement immediately. Sentence tense, remember, for talk, and structured writing frames for responses or answers. We'll run both 3 times a week for the next month. I will share a 1-page playbook with sample teacher language materials and a simple tracker. So fidelity stays high and adjustments are informed by evidence, not by hunches. What do you think about that?
Yep, evidence is key, so I'm comfortable committing to those 2.
Uh-huh.
In my classes, I'll post stems near the board and embed a short writing frame in guided practice. I'll also gather 2 samples per week, 1 talk log and 1 scheduled response to bring back. Keeping the plan tight increases the odds I'll execute it well, even on busy days.
Okay.
Yep.
Totally agree on that. Yes, sir. Slide 10, action step, teacher commitments. My commitments to prepare stems tied to this week's targets, print out mini frames for notebooks and schedule talk segments in my plan book. I will also model once on day 1 and gradually hand off to students. I will document with quick photos of boards and a checklist to verify if we actually ran the routines as they were intended. What do you think about it?
I agree. I'll script the exact prompts I'll say and place them on a sticky note in my lesson slides. I'll organize materials in a small bin so setup is 0 friction. And at the end of each class, I'll mark whether we completed the routine and got 1 observation about student language to guide the next day adjustment.
Totally agree. Yes, sir. Now, actions, slide 31, action step, monitoring progress. So we need to monitor progress with 3 simple signals. Frequency, which it means did we run the routine. Quality, our stems and frames used accurately, exactly. And effect, which it means the response show clearer language and reasoning. I will collect a few samples that are anonymized samples weekly and tag them to the rubric. Short feedback loops let us refine quickly without waiting for big tests. What do you think about it?
Okay, I can do that, or yeah, we can do that together, and I'll track talk with a rotation chart and keep exit tickets in a folder labeled by week. So when I notice improvement, like longer, clearer sentences or better use of terms, I'll note it. If quality dips, I'll reteach the move explicitly the next day. This lightweight system is realistic and still gives us evidence to discuss in the follow-up PLC.
I agree with you. Yes, sir. Pretty good. So, slide 32, action step, follow-up PLC. Let's schedule a follow-up PLC next week. We will compare implementation notes, review samples against the micro rubric, and decide whether to keep to a or replace a routine. I just said here or there. I will send a calendar invite with the agenda and attach the tracker so we're ready to analyze, not recreate data during the meeting.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
Yep, we can do that. I mean, a date on the calendar keeps momentum. So I'll arrive with 2 student samples, my top time log, and a brief reflection on what helped or hindered implementation.
Correct, that's fine.
If we see gains, we can scale the routines to more sections. If results are mixed, we'll adjust the prompts or timing rather than abandon it.
Yes, totally agree, sir. Slide 33, summary of agreements. What we're gonna agree on it. So today we we aligned on the problem. Language demand limits access, and choose 2 routines likely to move outcomes. Sentence stems for structured talk, and writing frames for short responses. We set up frequent targets, created a tracker, and named artifacts to bring back. These are small, repeatable moves that build capacity without sacrificing rigor or pacing. What do you think about it?
Yep, I'm living with clarity. So what to do, when to do it, and how to check if it's working.
Or not, of course. Yes, sir.
So the routines feel doable and coherent with my current materials. So I appreciate that we plan to fade support as students gain independence.
Perfect.
That way, it keeps expectations high and prevent long-term reliance on scaffolds.
Yes, sir. Pretty good. Slide 4, final reflections. My reflection. Effective PLC translate data into precise adult or adult actions students can feel the next day. The measure of success isn't a perfect meeting. It's change experience for learners. I'm proud we protected time for design and left with commitments. Our next steps is disciplined follow through and honest review of evidence.
Yep.
What do you think about it?
Well, I'm reminded now that language is a tool and not a game. So when we teach students how to use that tool, content becomes reachable. So the two routines we chose are simple enough to run daily, yet powerful enough to build momentum. So I'm motivated to start tomorrow and to bring back results we can celebrate and refine.
That's totally perfect. Thank you, sir. And the last one, slide 35. Thank you, Mr. So closing and thanks. Thank you, Mr. Canales, for your thoughtful collaboration and cooperation and classroom insight. I will share the one-page playbook, the tracker, and today's notes, so implementation is gonna be soft and smooth. I appreciate your commitment for equity or to equity for multilingual learners. For multilingual learners, yes. So I'm confident these routines will strengthen or will make much better access and achievement across our sections. What do you think? Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. And I thank you also, Senor Juan, for facilitating with clarity and urgency. I mean, the plan is realistic,
Yes, it's doable.
and I feel prepared to try it. So I'll keep artifacts organized and be ready for a follow-up PLC.
Yes,
But
sir.
most of all, I'm excited to hear more student voices and to read clear written explanations in the coming weeks. So
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for everything.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank you very much.
The meeting is on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.